Alright. G'day ladies and ladies. Welcome back to our Nature's Madness run. Let me just bring up the different natures on my end. As we remind ourselves about what our kind of challenge is, you know? Check out our Pokemon and get all caught up to speed. Okay, so should be good. Yeah, so let's look over our Pokemon. We have Drop Bear, the careful Zeb Striker, so they cannot use moves unless they're 100% accurate. We got Molly, the hardy Excadrill, so we have to use a buff move before doing anything, like a buff move must be used upon switching. I guess it also means that we can't really switch out until we use buff move, which is interesting. We got Ariana G, the gentle Trubbish, which means that we need to only use moves with less than 60 base power. It's not less than or equal, it has to be less than. We got Turbines, the Rash Maril, basically can't use moves unless they are less than 100% accurate. So, very interesting. We got Silgy, the serious Leavatty, not Swaddle. We have to send her out if an ally is cleared. And finally we got Hera, the quiet Heracross. Can't use any sound moves, which is fine. Alright, so that's the team. We just defeated Skylar. So now we'll be heading out. Drop Bear managed to get a fair amount of experience. So let's head out. Now, I've googled that we can get Zangoose and Survivor here, both are 5% chance. So let's try and find one. Hello Meteosaurus, you're here early this time. How's it going? We're just trying to find a Zangoose and Survivor in the grass, because you never know which Pokemon will be really good for the run, you know? How's it going? Anything you'd like to talk about? I got murdered by Zangoose earlier. Oh, there's a Survivor. So if you'd like, you can name it if you catch it. Yeah, you're doing the like randomized Pokemon Showdown, right? Crit, okay. I mean, Glare is a good move, so if we are able to get a Survivor, that's not that bad. So we do crit. We might not pick right, because that'll be resistant to fighting. Oh, that was close though. Now in ZA, the swarm mechanic is brutal. Yeah, I bet. But, yeah, like, how is the DLC going? Like, what do you kind of do in it? Dang it. I don't want to use an Ultra Ball just yet. Alright. Let's try an Ultra Ball. Alright, here we go. So, when you are ready, you can give us a name for a female survivor. I mean, Glare and like Poison Fang are potentially real good moves. Because Poison Fang badly poisons while dealing damage, and Glare paralyzes with 100% accuracy. Right now I'm battling trainers. I've been looking for Farfetch'd all day. I keep finding the catch. Is it like Kanto Farfetch'd or is it Galarian Farfetch'd? Also Jessie. Yeah. I think Jessie did have one of these in the anime, right? So that makes sense. Yeah, is it regular Farfetch'd or is it Galarian? So, from my kind of googling, we should also be able to find Zangoose around here. Galarian Farfetch'd. I used Surfetch'd and Sword and I want him back. Fair enough then. So, I've heard some people say it's like a roguelike mode, which is pretty cool. I'd like to say I kind of predicted that, but it seems very different to what I'm kind of thinking of. Is it a roguelike, or is it just something else? Like, can you describe what the DLC is like? Hey, there's a Zangoose. Another female. Alright, well, we're not gonna brick break. Crush Core is also a pretty decent move. Okay. Embargo, not that useful. We might just need to Ultra Bullet. There we go. So, a female Zangoose. I'm kind of surprised that if Jessie had a Survivor that James didn't have a Zangoose. I feel like that would have been adding to some of the comedic elements, you know, of them just randomly fighting. Yeah, you go in a time limit to do objectives, and donuts boost your level in time. Sometimes they also have additional effects like catch powers. Okay. So you don't really get to explore all of Lumiose, right? You just get like a small section of it. Also, we need a female Zangoose name, so I'm thinking... What it? Alright, hear me out. Zangretta. Eh? It's a mirrored section to where you enter the portal. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Because Training Ryu from the SVC seems to think that you could enter new regions, which I really doubt. So if it's just a mirrored section, that seems to be more in line of what I'm kind of thinking. And like, I guess like, that means, okay, so are the portals in certain parts of the map all the time? Or are they randomly throughout Lumiose during like day and night cycle? You know, like, can you consistently farm a certain spot? Or does it have to be kind of changing around every time? Story-wise, I think for the extra legendaries we might. Cannot confirm yet. Fair enough. It wouldn't surprise me if the legendaries from other regions were just in Lumios in some sections. But how we found out Zengretta? I feel like it's quirky enough, you know? I think it's fine. Alright, now we got... Oh, I'm not going to battle the breeder. Now we got both of them. Okay, so... Oh, Cubchoo, we need one of those. But the portals change all the time and disappear when you clear them. I know we are after Rayquaza at some point. Okay. So, I need to catch this thing. Because we are lacking in the ice type department. Oh, crit! Okay. Okay, so it sounds like if you wanted to get a certain Pokemon in a certain hyperspace area, that you might need to like rest a few days or just keep going through portals until it cycles around. So I guess the shiny hunters would be a bit annoyed by that, right? Because it'll be harder to go for it. And like, if you need a donut every time you can get through, I don't know, I feel like shiny hunters would not appreciate it too much, eh? I guess, you know, people do some testing and find out the most optimal way, but if you have to make a donut every time you want to go in, and the portals are kind of randomized throughout the city, I imagine it would be pretty hard to shiny hunt or alpha hunt. Alright, let's check out the natures actually. You think it's not hyperspace, I think it's Darkrai's Nightmare Realm. And they tell you what Pokemon are in the Wild Zone portals, but the hunters already have method videos popping out. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, all the stuff with Darkrai, like, is that based off a leak? Or is that just your own speculation? There we go. So, Hardy. Oh, that's the same as that Excadrill. Which, I mean, it can learn things like Quill, so it's not that bad. But I mean, Shed Skin is also pretty good. And Timid. Can't be first battle, switches after KO. Not bad. Well, now I know that there's a Cubchoo in this grass, I'm gonna go get it. Okay, there we go. It's a male. So, if we can catch this thing without a crit, it'll be a male Cubchoo. Great, intro. I know, we have a list of everything already. Some of the new Megas are cozy. I already have the best one, Mega Staraptor. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Darkrai thing does kind of make sense. But that means that Hoopa has the capacity to enter into nightmares, right? Which does kind of support my own theory, right? Like, not anything to do with Pokemon, but like, for maybe about 10 years now, I've kind of been thinking that dreams are different dimensions, and you're just experiencing yourself from that dimension. Like you're being astral projected onto that dimension, if that makes sense. You know, like if you dream of a world with pancakes, like everything is made of pancakes, right? There is a dimension like that, you know? And you're just like going into it. Alright, so Malculture can evolve into Beartic. Oh, can we call him Buggy? Yeah, so it is a genie or djinn. It can go anywhere wishes happen. Yeah, so I guess wishes are... like, dreams and wishes are pretty similar in terms of their use. You know, not bugs. Boggy. This is a reference to Banjo-Kazooie with, you know, Boggy the polar bear. But, you know, I dream, I wish, they're kind of similar. You know, if you wish for something, you probably dream for it. If you dream for something, you kind of wish it would happen. So, dreams and, you know, wishes like that does have a bit of merit to it. So, a genie, or djinn, being able to travel into the dreams kind of makes sense, you know? But I guess you'll find out, right? If the story has more plot related to Darkrai, or if Darkrai is just kind of chilling there, you know? But, you know, Darkrai would kind of explain why it's kind of happening. Otherwise, I guess Hooper, like, you know, I doubt they'll give you the Mega Dimensions without giving you a Hooper at some point, right? So maybe it's the big Hooper that's not in the prison bottle. You know, maybe that's doing something. But who's to say, really? Anyway, are we fun with Buggy? I think Buggy's a pretty fun nod to Banjo-Kazooie. I'm gonna say yes for now. We can always go back to the name writer if we need to. So, we'll check out the nature and then we'll kind of start heading out. But yeah, like, Darkrai and Hooper does actually have a pretty decent connection. I wouldn't make a Pokemon links about it, but I kind of don't want to do the newer stuff just yet, you know? I don't want to touch ZA too much. Timid. Yeah, so it can't be first battle, so she's also KO. It's kind of funny that big polar bear would be timid. Alright. Let's see. And they are spirits technically, but everyone's speculating Volo comes back with Darkrai. But since the girl that has Hooper says she's specifically looking for Rayquaza, I think it's Zinnia. Yeah, who's to say, like, with dimensions, they could have literally anything happen, right? Like, if anything, Archer looks to be the child of, not exactly Zinnia, but, what's her face? Hapu. From Alola. She looks similar to her. You know? And in terms of, like, the Mega Dimension, right? It has, you know, some ties to Ultra Wormholes, because it's a different kind of thing. What should be helpful for all the bullying online? Yeah. I think I've been to his house before. But like, it could be like a Ultra Beast kind of thing, because like there's, like, in one of the trailers there was like a Mega Zeraora, right? So, I don't know. I think Ancha could be Hapu's daughter. And you know, it could have some things to do with like ultra wormholes and stuff as well. So Darkrai or like maybe Necrozma, maybe there's something between one of those, you know. But I guess we'll find out in a few days as people clear it. I wonder how long the DLC is. Like, is it gonna be like a few hours long, or is it gonna be like a week long before people start playing it? And the thing is, how long is the attention span going to last on that, right? Because like ZA, people completed it pretty quickly, and thanks to like shiny hunting, I guess it lasted about 2 months, right? But a lot of people kind of quit it before then. And then this is DLC, so it's probably gonna be less. So like, if you're lucky, maybe the DLC hype lasts about a month. And then like, what do you do after that? Like, I don't know, it feels like not really a game I'm looking for if it's only going to be hype for a maximum of 3 months, you know? Not like Pokemon games should be, you know, like more than just 3 months. Good replayability, good, you know, post-game battle content. But if it's lasting 3 months, basically from shiny hunting, I don't know how good that is, you know? But yeah, I'm predicting that Ancha is going to be, is it Hapu or Haru? You know the girl I'm talking about, right? The one with the Muzzle, the Pony Island champion? I want to say. I forget her actual name, but it's either Hapu or Haru or something. I think it's Hapu. Okay, so hopefully we can get a Litwick or Golett here. Maybe an Elgem. Hey, that's pretty useful. We'll give that to a Pokemon right away. Let's give it. Alright, so I want to try and get a Litwick, a Golett, an Elgem. I don't know if there's anything else here. Maybe we can get things like a Duskull or Shuppet. Musharna. Did we get him on a... I don't think we did we? Maybe we did. But we gotta probably switch out. Well, we should be resistant. But yeah, like Archer looks cute and all, but I don't think that's enough to really sell the DLC, you know, for some people. Alright, we're gonna home close it up before doing anything. I'm curious to see like how much of a Pokedex increase it is, how long people really play the game for, you know, and what kind of people think about the content. Personally, I think it should have been part of the base game, considering it's already like post-game content, right? Like you need to complete the game in order to access it. I'm seeing no reason why it couldn't be part of the base game. You know? That's gonna be annoying. Alright. Man, that was hideous. Alright, what we got? Bitwick! So, it is possible to like, destroy it, but let's try. Excellent. A female Litwick. Would you like to name it? Oh yeah. Female Litwick into Chandelure. I mean, it's a pretty good special attacker. It could be really useful on the team. I don't think I've ever really had one before, so I'm okay with it if it's got a good nature. So what to name it? Alright. What about Sully? Actually, we'll do a double L. It's like Sally, but with souls, because it's all about draining the life force of people. Alright, going once. Going twice. Sold. No, we don't need another one. Ideally, a Gullet or a Elgem would be great. We really need an Aqua Tab, don't we? Fine body, great. Dang it. That's our mirror out. Which means we have to send out our Weavani. And we are not in a good type matchup for this. So... Ariana isn't particularly good either. I guess we gotta drop there. We are pretty weak to fire, I think. Maybe we replace Hera? Hera for Litwick would be pretty good, I think. Come on, drop there. Ugh. Yeah, the burn was rough. Why is this like destroying my team? Alright. Good. Cross. Don't need another Litwick. Okay, we got a Wisp. Or Will-O-Wisp. There are other things besides Litwick in this town, right? I might check the Pokédex. Golbat. As far as I've seen. I guess there's something else missing in Chargestone Cave. We'll try and get as far as we can before we need to heal up. Great, minimize. Well, that's gonna be annoying. I don't think we have any never hit, never miss moves. So, I guess I should upgrade my accuracy a bit. Oh, that's potentially annoying. Stored power, minimize, and metronome can be very annoying. Good thing we got it in one shot. We'll get Ariana up in there. God, can I get some rest zone or like a nurse or something? Alright, this should be a pretty decent matchup. That's fine. Yeah, it's supposed to be fun because it can keep reducing their special defense, so it effectively does more damage the more we use it. Although you're probably a psychic, aren't you? Well, that's not good. Really not good. Alright, so we have to hang claws. Dig. Gram for gram, dig is our strongest move. Okay, and I did not know we could actually avoid future sight like that. I thought it was like a hit. But, that's good. There we go. Revive. Very useful. Well, good. And so we probably just need to battle her, and then we can heal up. Are you ready? Great, we got a good matchup. Come on, Ariana. Ugh, that was a pretty hefty slash though. Yeah, this might be it. Okay. Well, we have to send out Silky. Get her! Okay, I was gonna say that. Definitely is correct, right? Much better. Means we can train up a bit easier. Yep, Elgin. This is what we're kind of looking for around here, but we're in a bad matchup. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to Molly. Being Steel type is really useful. Simple Beam. Simple. Okay, we weren't really using our ability anyway, so this is actually better because Simple will mean that our Hone Claws doubles in effectiveness. Yeah, so if anything, Elgin helped us out. You're back, Hadid. All good. We've just been going through this tower. We got ourselves a Litwick. We just spreaded a nurse to heal up, so now we're just running a trainer. Elgin used Simple Beam on our Escadrille, then we used Hone Claws, so we got double Hone Claws basically for free. You know? Because doubles the stat changes of Pokemon. So we got extra 2 accuracy, extra 2 attack, you know? Which is great. But yeah, I'm predicting that Ancha's mum is Hapu. I think that's a pretty reasonable bet, given the face of them, you know, of what they look like. More trainers. So, can we get Elgin here? That's the thing. We can. Okay. That's gonna be another psychic. I'll bother you because I don't know what you do. That ends doable. Have we been able to get Eevee? Did we miss out? Or we still gotta get it? Because given our rules of this challenge run, we only get one Eevee. You know, we don't get all of them. So I need to choose my evolution quite wisely. I have a feeling she's gonna be one of those, actually I'm, yeah, a gajillion years old kind of thing. Potentially, right? Like, maybe dimension travel really messes with your own kind of timeline. She could even be from the past or from the future, because dimensional travel isn't just spatial, right? There's no, like, I mean it can be just pure spatial, but you are entering a different dimension, which means there's a different time and space. So it could be that she's from the future or past or a million years old or literally just a baby. So does wishing for eternal happiness from the genie. Yeah. Oh, that's rough. We might be going down here. Yeah. I'm doing some nasty. Eternal happiness from the genie. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. No, we have to send out Leavanny. I was thinking that as well. So we have to switch out. But yeah, from what I've kind of seen of people playing with the DLC, she seems to be very confident. So it could be that she is pretty old, you know. My pomegranate donut recipe is unmatched. Is it particularly good, eh? Oh yeah, and it's like, you get bonuses and time and stuff with the donut, so I guess getting a good recipe would be pretty good. Okay, there's an L gem. Unfortunately, we are Trubbish, so we might need to switch. We can go drop there for main paralysis, but let's try Silky. Weaken with maybe like a cut. I kinda like how Jim beat him. I think that's pretty neat. They are pretty mysterious, you know, so it really leads to your imagination. Alright. It might be Ultra Ball, but we'll try a Great Ball. You use berries for donuts, I'm at 5 berries per donut right now. It brings me up 34 levels and almost 1,000 calories. Wow. Yeah, it is going to a UFO crash. Huh. Jeez. Yeah, so getting Pokemon level above level 100. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I guess you kind of need it for challenge and reason to use the donuts, right? But it's basically just artificial difficulty, you know? Alright. Female Elgem. We're gonna call her Julia after something that happened in my Pokemon D&D game. When you start the DLC, you face a horde of level 104 Mankeys and a Swift Mewtwo. Yeah, we'll bring a Ghost type. Obviously. Like, I believe with normal and fighting type moves, Mankey can't do anything to a Ghost type. So if you brought a Ghost type, you could probably win, but like 5 Pokemon, you know, all attacking at the same time, even if you are pretty defensive or type resistant, you are gonna get kind of wrecked by it. So in that kind of scenario, you need an immunity. So, let's see. Her something in like Gloopus. Oh, name her something alien like Gloopus. Okay. We can change her name later. But for now, we're gonna call her Julia because of what happened in my Pokemon D&D game. Okay, so at the top of the tower, do we get anything? Like, do we get access to more Pokemon or anything? We don't have a Pokemon that can fly, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. So, let's use a Repel. Probably get our strongest Pokemon out. to make it so that we don't need to worry about wild Pokemon. There seems to be a 5 stars in donut making, so I'm assuming there's a cap after level 150 or 155. Fair enough. You can probably get some like Ultra Berries or something from the dimension. But yeah, I don't know how I really feel about just going beyond in terms of levels. Like, it's just a way to make it difficult without it really changing much, I guess. Like, Horde battles, you know, that makes it more difficult, right? Because you got more opponents to deal with rather than just a 1v1. But the level doesn't really change difficulty, it just, like, it's artificial difficulty, right? Just trying to see if there's any Goddos. I'm not seeing any. Okay. The body you unlock through the story seems to be what determines star power. Ah, okay. But yeah, I guess we'll see in about a week, right, if the repetitive nature of the donut making is good or if it's bad. You know, like, is going through the wormhole actually enjoyable, or is it just because it's fresh that people are enjoying it? We can go double battle of Trubbish and Marill. I guess. Yeah, so we'll have Trubbish go for Zangoose and Marill go for Survivor. Ouch. Man, I hate you, Marill. Okay, we might switch out to Excadrill because Steel is immune to poison and resistant to normal. But yeah, I imagine the Horde battles aren't that bad if you bring a Pokemon that's immune to them, right? So start bringing some Ghost, Flying, Ground, Normal, Fairy, and Steel types. Oh, and Dark type. You know, if you had a team of all those, you're gonna handle a lot more Pokemon, right? Because you have an immunity. Like, if you had a team of, like, you know, all those immunities, you could handle a lot more Pokemon. For sure. A Horde battle of Mankey can't really do anything to a Ghost type. Okay? And it says like a Horde battle of like Tynamo. It can't do too much against a Ground type. Sure, it can probably learn a Grass type or Water type move or something, but you know, depending on the moveset of the Pokemon, you know? Which is one of the ways that you can increase difficulty, right? Instead of going for higher levels, you could go for more cohesive teams. You know, you could go for, you could go for better coverage moves, you can, go for better tactics, I guess. And so, like, levels are okay, right? But, fundamentally, if you're gonna be battling something like a level 150 Mankey, and it's got like Scratch and Taunt and like Low Kick You know, is it really difficult? You know, compared to if it had like Fire Punch or Earthquake. Earthquake's a pretty good move, isn't it? I think we'll do that. But like, you know, if Mankey had like Thunder Punch, it had, you know, Submission, maybe something like Iron Tail. I'm not gonna want Iron Tail. You know, like if it had good move diversity, that would mean that it's harder to battle, you know? And so like, sure, I would, the levels, you know, they do add a degree of difficulty, but levels are kind of artificial difficulty. You should try and have difficulty that is a bit more dynamic. This is post-game DLC, so I expect it to be hard, right? And if it is just a Horde of Mankey, but I guess we'll see. You know, like have the wild Pokemon with like egg moves or something. That way it's a bit harder to predict. And more valuable to get. So, a Sassy Litwick can only use multi-hit moves. Ah, it can't do any of that. Wait, multi-hit. Yeah. So that doesn't mean things like Earthquake, it means like Bullet Seed. We can't really do that. And Modest must be a switching target unless other Pokemon is KO. Okay, not bad. Kind of annoying. Not a great move pool, that's for sure. Hey, do we have a flying type that we can fly with? Hey. Because we can go and change up the name. Do we have the Hisham? We do. And I'm hoping we have the Badger. Was it here or was it in Nimbasa? I feel like it's in the city, right? I guess we'll look around. But like, this is more of a city than ZA is, right? You look around ZA, right, and you see that there are people just kind of standing there doing nothing. They talk about, you know, stuff, but what they're talking about isn't kind of what's happening around them. You know, like it'll be some guy being like, "Man, it's so hot out here. I wish I could be in the shade." Meanwhile, they're in the middle of the street or something. It's like, why don't you just move then? Why are you talking about this while in the sun? You know, so like, this gives more of an illusion of, like a lived-in city than people just standing around. So, where was the name radar? Was it in Nimbus City? Is it? Yeah. If I go down again, he'll tell me what's in the city. Name rate. Okay, so it is in Castelia. just gotta remember where it is. There we go. Right, we need the Pokemon in our team. Alright, time to name the Elgin. Alright, so you want Glupus. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I think last time we also unlocked the capability to have the roaming legendaries, right? Like the weather genies. So if we do come across one of them, I'm gonna throw my Master Ball at it. Because I can't be bothered trying to hunt them down all the time, you know? Excellent. Okay, everyone's all healed up. So we're ready to move out. Oh yeah, no one's talking about the airport, right? Do I need to do anything here? That's the gym. Oh, that's pretty cool. Greenhouses. Alright, we're moving on out. Do I feel like battling, or do I just feel like exploring? I might come back and battle. So I'll worry about the trainers here later. For now, I want to see Twist Mountain. Okay, so here we can get... We might be able to get Cryogonal here, or Vanillite. Isn't this the Elite Four guy, Marshall? Alright. Yep. Why? Do we have to go back to Driftvale and then go to the shortcut? Or is there something we're kind of missing? Also be on the lookout for any hidden grottos. And this is definitely where we're supposed to go. Finally got the Raichu stones. Alright. Are they good? Ooh, X's, we can teach that to Uvani. Honestly, the Raichus kind of look goofy to me. I don't like them. Oh, we can probably teach that to Heracross as well. Why can't we teach X's to Heracross? That's annoying, actually. Y looks cool, X looks like an abomination. So, X, hang on, I'm trying to remember. Is Y the one with the antennas? Or is it the tail? No, X is the tail, right? Y is the, like, eyebrows? Or whatever. X is the one with the stupid feet. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. But I kinda don't like either of them, really. You know? I think I like base Raichu more than Alolan Raichu or Mega Raichu. You know? Like, that long tail is pretty sleek. And I like that it's just on the ground, you know, like an actual thing. It's not floating on its own tail. Like, what is that? Also, the colors of Alolan Raichu are not exactly my favorite. And yeah, definitely not a fan of the Megas. So yeah, I think I like Raichu. And I definitely like it more than Pikachu. So I guess we can go in here. There we go. Wait, where are we going? Lentimus Town. Where on earth is Lentimus Town? See, you don't get an emotion like that in ZA. You don't. Okay? Okay. See, I feel like this as well has more of a story hook than ZA's plotline as well. Like, from what I've been able to see. Like, why is this game competing with modern Pokemon? I don't get it. rare fire type Universal Man. I believe from research you can maybe get Heatran in Universal Mountain. So, where is Optimus Town? Wow, all the way over here. Okay, this is interesting. So, I'm guessing we're going for Universal Mountain, Undella Town. Then we're making our way over to Opal Lizard, right? So we're gonna go through Lacunosa. We're going everywhere but Icarus. Very strange path. But, you know, we're here. So that's something. And it looks to be pretty interesting aesthetically. It's like a Wild West desert kind of thing. And the instruments, you know, there's some like maybe Middle Eastern or Spanish kind of themes in it, I think. So this is pretty cool. Again, more diverse and luminous. Is it our girl Yancy? Hey girl! Come on, Nancy. Actually, I like this music. Yeah, so right by the volcano. It is crazy though that this is like 2 years after Black and White, and towns like this are just kind of showing up out of nowhere. You know, like, were they always there and they just got recognized by the government recently? Or did they make a town within the last like 2 years? Shardping, okay. Interesting, so Scarlet delivers like, I guess, some food and resources here. So this is kind of like a very, very poor location, but given that it's gotten a lot of support from, you know, Scarlet and the plane, right, it means that this is important enough culturally to people for it to really matter, you know? So despite being next to a volcano and not having much trade with other cities, it's important enough culturally to the people here that they want to stay here. Which means that the Unnovan government is starting to recognize that, put it on the map, and start to give aid when necessary. And that's a lot more world building than we get from ZA, isn't it? I'm not even sure if that's correct, but like, that's a lot more interesting than whatever we get in ZA. This game is so good, I think. Wait, select while using the town map. Ah, it zooms. Neat. This game is really good, I think. And it even tells you about some of the moves, and you know, there was someone that talked about shiny Pokemon, which is possibly the first actual acknowledgement of shiny Pokemon. Okay, it's a very small town. Very small. So what Pokemon can we get here, I reckon? We're by the volcano, so maybe we can get something... probably some fire types. Maybe rock types as well. But so far, Lentimus Town has more world building than all of Lumia City. And there's barely anything in it. Okay, so Skorupi, we can try to weaken it. Poison Fang Skorupi evolves into Poison Dark Drapion, which means only weak to Dark type. No, Ground type, sorry. So that could be potentially really good Pokemon. We'll go to Marill. As you know, Bounce will paralyze it and perhaps even knock it out. So we're just going to go for the Slam. Ugh, can we hit a Slam, please? But yeah, Lentimus Town has better world building than like the wild areas in, you know, Lumiose. How is that possible? Alright. Come on, Great Ball. That sounded a bit weird. Does that sound weird to anyone? But we got it. Alright. A male Skorupi. Any names? Any names? Skorupi. Drapion. We can just call it Scorp. Either with a C or K. Eh? Being hit with the kids these days, I guess. You know, Scorp with a K. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Name is going to be Scorp. What else we got around here? Skarmory. There you go. Pretty good flying type, pretty good steel type. Pretty good Pokemon that we can't really catch very easily with Trubbish. Yeah, unfortunately Zebstrika might destroy it, so we're gonna go with Escadrille. Okay, that's gonna be really hard to get. Hmm. Come on, Ultra Ball. Damn. Like, it's pretty low on health, and it's an Ultra Ball. I guess we try like a Premier Ball? Okay, I guess Ascami likes the color white, you know? Like, the Premier Ball is just a basic Pokeball, so it shouldn't have worked as easily. Like, the Ultra Ball should have had a high chance, right? But I guess Ascami just likes the Premier Ball. I wonder what the odds were of that were. It was probably like 3% or something. Alright, Male Scummery. I didn't think we'd get it, and it was pretty peculiar about its Pokeball. So... So we need a good name for this one. What kind of bird is Scummy based off? Is it a vulture? Is it a crow? Is it a turkey? Turkey. We have an interesting turkey design. So, what to call it? What did you mean to call it turkey? If we are gonna go with turkey, how about we try... Meturkey, like with metal? Meturkey! Eh? How does that sound? Metal turkey. Meturkey. I'm gonna go with Meturkey for now. Alright, we'll talk to these people, check our natures, and then probably call it there for today. Alright, you're the metal guy. Oh no, how many times am I gonna do this? Talking to you was a mistake. Please stop. Interesting that they've got an achievement system in this game as well. Please stop. I don't mean to talk to you. Just give me all the medals at once. It'll save us both a lifetime. You don't have to say every single medal. Ugh. Yeah, so same kind of volcano as Stark Mountain in this generation, and Stark Mountain is where you can get Heatran, so you might be able to get Heatran in Reversal Mountain. Spell tag. Alright. So we're checking out a new Pokemon. We've got Rash. Can only use moves with less than 100% accuracy, so same as our Marill. Not great. Things like Fire Fang have like 95 accuracy, so if we can get some of those on, that would be great. It would be great if Poison Fang was 95 accuracy as well, but guess not. And Lax. So, right, we gotta copy the opposing Pokemon. So that's what we had on Lucario. It can, I guess it can learn a decent amount of special moves and physical moves. Special attack isn't that good, but it can do it. It's a maybe, but probably not. Alright. So, that's gonna do it for today. So, I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. See yous.